Uzaki-chan wants to hang out, so what's wrong with this anime? Now, I am not the biggest ecchi fan, but this definitely was an exception. I understand that the title character is a short girl with large breasts and very sexual overtones, so you would think I would complain about this anime, but there is a difference between this and this. At first, I was skeptical about this anime, but was reassured after a closer look. First thing is that despite the main character's huge assets, she is very easily likable. I find her fun, energetic, and outgoing personality to be very addicting and humorous, as she's a very extroverted and your typical Genki girl. She's got big puppy dog eyes, a gargantuan personality, hugely irresistible smile, and is a gigantic ball of energy. Even though she has a big chest, she at least actually has a personality, as opposed to this. Uzaki-chan is a very boy meets girl type anime about the daily lives of a couple of college students, specifically the title character trying to get her loner senpai to notice her by hilariously injecting herself into his daily routine to break him out of his lonely stupor. It grows to the point that she often teases him about his mannerisms regarding his lone wolf lifestyle. Her relationship with the guy is so fun to explore that even the people around them in the anime literally attempt to ship them despite their conflicting personalities. It also helps that she can be really funny too, often getting the two of them involved in awkward situations, especially the fact that her muscles are apparently so stiff she nearly goes into climax just by sitting in a massage chair. I especially like how the show specifically focuses on their relationship with each other, and the ecchi material is utilized through the episode naturally rather than being forced or excessive. And even when the male lead accidentally does grab Uzaki's breasts during a VR gaming session when she gets too close, she is embarrassed, yet still understanding rather than simply lashing out at him. That's a good plus. The lack of boob jokes only make it more natural, and it feels less cheap. Yeah, for what it's worth, the ecchi stuff is actually pretty funny, as opposed to this. Now, this is what I like to see in an ecchi anime. A lot of ecchi anime seem to forget that it's not as much solely about the character's breasts, rather than it's a character being a girl who has them. It should be about the character and their personalities first, and then let everything else flow naturally. In contrast, forcing this kind of humor for a cheap laugh or using it excessively just makes you look juvenile and childish. This is especially when the characters are thrown to the wayside or seemingly exploited to force this kind of humor. Again, the prime example is this. So, Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out has its fair share of fan service. I like that it's more about the characters and their relationships with each other, rather than simply about the fan service like a huge number of other similar shows of its caliber. I also like that while the cast of secondary characters is small for the moment, they do what they can to support and encourage the two main leads to develop their relationship. And yes, that is opposed to the dumb boulder-sized booby bimbos like this. So yeah, when it comes to fan service shows, I want to see more anime like this as opposed to this. This is definitely a step in the right direction for ecchi anime shows that treat its content in a more realistic and mature light that earns a laugh rather than resorting to mindless and immature jokes for a cheap laugh. Much like the other characters of this show, I really want to see how the relationship between these two develop. And with that, I give Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out a 4 out of 5 for initial interest. This is the American Anime Otaku, signing out.
This time we're using specially the island's unique sweet coconut chocolate to